Spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Winter Madness, we have the yellow Protoss player, the yellow Protoss himself from the land of Czechia, representing Team Rody. It is Sebesdes. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player, the blue Protoss representing Team Little Fairy. It is Shameless. Here we go. Again, my condolences to Demi. He was able to hold his own, and especially game 2, I feel game 2, Demi did look the most impressive, surviving as long as he did, but I feel like Demi, he never quite had any momentum against Middle VK. But now we do have a very different matchup, and coming into this Shameless, he is the best Protoss player in the tournament, straight up. I mentioned this previously in the previous OSC, Elite Rising Star event, but when it comes to the top players we typically look at, it is Shameless for Protoss, it's Young Yakov for Zerv, and it is Percival for Terran. But as I mentioned, Percival, he did graduate, so Percival, he graduated out of these tournaments, so now I'm really looking at Shameless and Young Yakov and looking to see if anyone can stop them. Can anyone stop Shameless? Can anyone stop Young Yakov? Oh boy. I feel like there are definitely a few heavy hitters in the bracket, and I feel like Sebesdes is one of them. But now they're 2 gate. 2 gate opener out of Sebesdes, 2 gate opener out of Shameless. Probe scouts are coming in, looking for the second pylon. And Shameless will find it. So in chat, wait, Percival graduated out of Rising Star. He did. That is why Percival is not in the tournaments. He's not in the event. Graduated. Same with Nicorakt. Nicorakt, he also did graduate as well. Which is, I mean, on the one hand, congratulations to both Nicorakt and Percival, but on the other hand, it is a bit of a shame because it does mean that we have a less Terran representation in this event, as they would be the top 2 Terrans typically to go far. No, it all lands on Baby Marine now. Ah, no. So now we do have our Robo opener out of Shameless. Going for his Robo, likewise, we do have Shameless dipping in for a scout, confirming the bases, and trying to get eyes on the tech. Typically with a Robo opener, it does lead into heavier Immortal counts, so Immortal counts early on, into a more defensive style early on. Sebesdes applying pressure. I'm loving the use of the hallucinations. Yeah, it does poke in, does hope to tank. Takes down the first sentry, nice pickoff. Sentry goes down. Ooh, and Shameless being bullied here early on. Yeah, bearing in mind that he did not get extra warp-ins, not behind this. Being bullied back into his main, waiting for his warp-ins, and eventually he can break out. Going for his own hallucinations, let's go. But honestly, a nice start. A nice start. Sebesdes, he was able to pick off a pylon, pick off a sentry. So nice pickoffs here by Sebesdes, as he does pull away. And behind this, getting into Blink. Blink from one player, we have the Warp Prism from the other. With that Prism, Shameless can try to get across the map, can warp in some Adepts, can find some counter damage. Shouldn't Shameless have graduated by that rule? No. Percival, he graduated due to his performance, I believe, in the OSC Season 13 Championship. I believe Percival, he did place higher in one of the more premier events. And that's why he graduated. Hold on, I'll have a look at the Season 13 Championship bracket. OSC Season 13 Championship Liquid PvP. As I mentioned before, the Immortals are amassing. We see Shameless threatening a dive with those Adepts, but so far he's zoned away. So nice defense here by Sebesdes. Zones away the War Prism. Adepts, they get dropped off. Again, 2 Adepts, they can still one-shot, and they will find some damage here, delaying the third. Trying to. Clutch third base. So if you look at the OSC Season 13 Championship, Percival, he got top 10. He got top 10 in that event. He actually did play slightly higher than Shameless. So based on that placement from Percival, that's why he graduated. He got top 10. Fun fact, Shameless got top 12. There you go, Sebesdes, he does that. He does move out. Yeah, it does break out, bearing in mind he has Blink, and we'll see if he can break Shameless. Shameless, it does have those Immortals. He has his own defensive Blink. It barely pulls back. Saves the Stalkers. Does pull back. The base taking a lot of hits, taking a lot of damage. He wants that Nexus. He wants it. It's getting low. And it's going to get it. He's going to get it as well. The base will go down. Sebesdes has to get the hell out of here. Oh, going back to Prism. Does pull away. Yeah, does pull away, does pull out. Not a bad trade here. At the same time, he does defend against the Adepts. Sebesdes bleeding out 5 Stalkers for the Nexus. That is worth it. From here, getting his own base up and running, having a greater economy, greater production. So the pressure's on Shameless. Now, what does Shameless have? He's about to have 4 Immortals. He might just be forced into an all-in. That's going to be a lot of Immortals here for Shameless. He will eventually break out. There's also a window in time where Shameless will have +1 over his opponent. True. There's that window. It says top 14 on Season Championship or Wikipedia. Greg got top 14. Oh, there you go. There you go. He did. Oh. So this is once again pokes in. Gets 6 probes. We got 6 workers. Oh. Likewise, Shameless gets across the map. So this does rotate back in. And rotates back in, picking up a pylon, depowering gateways, recalls back home. So far, nice moves here by Shameless. But the one thing that I'm concerned by here is that we're poking the bear. Right, we're poking the bear. Well, Shameless has been building up this army. Charge is now done. And we should be seeing him move out soon. He does have his Prism. Main army comes together. Sebesdes is still being very active. Coming to Shameless. Okay. I mean, there are no Archons, true. Yeah, no Archons defensively. Mazdella can trade very nicely here against Shameless. It's getting into the Immortals. The Immortals are exposed. Ducklings in. Oh, good. Nice pickup. Yeah, he'll pick up there at a Shameless. Gets one. One Immortal goes down. And barely gets the other. And there's 2 left. Only 2 left. More Zealots are trickling in, and Sebesdes is going to overwhelm. Zealots overwhelm, takes down the Prism. Prism goes down. Zell stays trickling to the mineral line. 12 probe kills, and Shameless, he's being broken. He's being broken. GG gets called, and Sebesdes takes game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Does take a lead. Un momento. But GG, well played. But yes, that is correct. Sorry, I was looking at the OSC Championship earlier, and based on the rule sets, Shameless also placed high enough, I believe, to graduate as well. But I'm not certain. I'll ask Eddie, and we'll see what the rationale is for that. I'll ask mate Eddie, as Sebesdes does take a lead in the series, does take the first game, and with that, we're getting into game number 2. And again, Shameless, he was building up this army, he was building up this high immortal count. As we were emphasizing, though, there were no Archons alongside the army, unfortunately. He had no good answer against the Mass Zealots. Zealots did an amazing job when it comes to tanking, when it comes to tanking shots, when it comes to buffering for the army as well. That's typically why, as you tech up in PvP, you do need those Archons, you need some kind of splash damage. Archons, or you could alternatively go into Colossus, for example. Like, that's more of a niche reaction and a niche response, but something. With that GG well played. With that, we're getting into our next game, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Tourmaline, we have the yellow Protoss player. We have the yellow Protoss himself from the land of representing Team Brody from the land of Czechia, leading the series 1-0. It is Sebesdes. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Protoss player, the blue Protoss himself, representing Team Little Fairy. It is Shameless. We go. So we are going to be settling in. It's possible that maybe Eddie overlooked Shameless. We'll see. We shall see. As now we have a 2-gate opener. 2-gate opener out of Shameless, 2-gate opener out of Sebesdes. Are going to be opening up. Oh, hello. As Shameless, he does move out with the probe. Okay. Does move out. And is setting up for the proxy. Now, based on its placement here, we could commit. It'd be a little bit awkward for a fake proxy pylon to be in the center of the map here. So eyes are on Shameless. Oh, on 2+ occasions. Oh. Okay. There you go. Squad divide if you have won 7 times the last 3 years. Yeah, I know that. I believe that that's a new rule, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. There's a new ineligibility condition, which is you kind of won 7 Rising Star events the last 3 years. Yeah. Which I feel like is not a bad rule, especially considering that a lot of the rules that a lot of the eligibility rules for OSC were based on regionals that don't exist anymore, right? Like we don't have those regionals anymore to kind of like filter out top players from certain regions. From DreamHack Masters in the past. So it does make sense to like kind of adjust that. For now though. For now we're going to be settling in. Again, Shameless going for the proxy robo. 1 base all in out of Shameless. Meanwhile, Sebesdes, he did scout. He did confirm that a pylon was missing. And he's setting up back at home. We do have additional shield batteries. 1 in the main base, 1 in the natural. Sebesdes did still go for the Nexus though. And he does not yet have his own defensive robo. Going for a 3rd gateway. So a bit of a late reaction here from Sebesdes. It's going to be a difficult defense. It's going to be difficult. Shameless does rotate. Oh. It does rotate into main base. Thankfully, there's a shield battery in position. Sebesdes so far is keeping up. So far, so good. The Immortal's on the way. Shameless, he is rallying forward with Set Immortal. Oh. Yeah, so far, nice force fields. Again, it's all about buying time. Sebesdes just has to buy enough time here. We have the Stargate on the way. From there, we can go into a Phoenix, we can go into a Void Ray. Typically, Phoenixes are ideal to shut down the Prism and to lift the Immortal. We'll see if we can get there. And Shameless cannot find a way in. Gets a Stalker. One of the Stalkers. Phoenix is on the way. As you mentioned, ideally the Phoenix is there to lift the Immortal, to CC. But there's still so many Stalkers. And once again, Sebesdes is buying time. We've got 2 more shield batteries on the way. Let's go. But the DPS apple just isn't here. He's got Mass Sentry to buy time, sure, but like, sure he can lift an Immortal, but where's the DPS? Where's the damage? Stalkers, they rotate down. There's 3 Immortals. Oh, God. Yeah, there's too many. Too many Immortals, only 1 Phoenix. With that, the Phoenix is going to be targeted down. God, barely survives. Boys are being pulled. And Sebesdes is getting desperate. He does get desperate. Lifts 1 Immortal. Immortal goes down. As well as every single worker here. Does only the Prism. Prism does survive. The Immortals, they punish. They punish the Stalker. Sebesdes is going to be bullied back. And Shameless, he breaks through. He's done it. He has broken Sebesdes. As I mentioned before, which is a brutal force field. Brutal force field. GG gets called. And Shameless ties up the series 1-1. GG. As I mentioned before, it was just a really rough opener when it came to Sebesdes to still have the earlier Nexus, to still have the earlier expansion. It was a later reaction and a later deviation there from Sebesdes, so he just was lacking the army to work with. Sure, he had a base, sure, he had some shield batteries, but again, the damage apple wasn't there. He didn't have his own defensive robot, didn't have his own immortal production, and likewise was lacking in those Stalkers. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're tied up here, and we're getting into game number 3. So I apologize for the lack of out-of-game score. There we go. Here we go. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Ruby Rock, we have the yellow Protoss player, the yellow Protoss himself from the land of Czechia, representing Team Roddy. It is Sebesdes. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the blue Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Team Little Fairy. It is Shameless. Setting the rules 7 times in the last 3 years seems a bit silly to me. It seems, I would say it's it's a very specific rule, and it does feel like it's targeting a certain player for sure. I would agree that I do think that a more like generalized rule, even if it does still stop Young Yaku from playing, is probably better. Like a more like rule that maybe is a little bit less specific, that does make more sense. It's a little bit hard, like yeah, it is a little bit hard to construct said rule though, again, just because there are no regionals anymore. Like you could maybe try to incorporate placements in other tournaments, other OSC events, maybe. But even then, a lot of those, a lot of the other open cups are dominated by the top players, and these players don't really get as much shine. So it is difficult. As now, Shameless going for the fake proxy pylon. Let's go. Does go for the fake out. Oh, did I open predictions? Sorry, I was a little bit distracted. Okay, there we go. There we go. A little bit late, but if you're in the chat, it is Gamba time. Predictions are open, and place your bets on who you think will claim the series. I mean, we're tied up 1-1, so no clear favorite yet, but Shameless is coming in as the more favorite player for sure. As I mentioned before, when it comes to an event like this, we look at players like Young Yakov, like Shameless to go far in the event, but we'll see. We'll see if Sebesdes can hold his own, already is able to tie things up, and does go for a Stargate opener. Okay. Sebesdes is going for a later probe scout. does open up Stargate. We can see Shameless again going for the fake pylon. And Sebesdes doesn't even scout. Doesn't even get into the main. Oh, hello. Shameless going for his own robo back at home. Now, Ruby Rock is small enough that Shameless, he might just still go for a 1-base all-in anyway, without the proxy. As no one has scouted each other. Sebesdes, he does find the fake pylon. Does find the fake pylon. Will shut it down. And this might lure Sebesdes into a false sense of security. Might lure him in. Oh. Shameless does catch one of the stalkers. So far, nice pickup. Sebesdes has to get the hell out of here. Has to pull away. Sebesdes is going to be forced back. We have the Prism on the way. At the same time, Oracle gets into the main base and there's nothing in position. Yeah, no shield battery, no stalkers. Probes aren't going to go down. And Shamelessly pulls away. Yeah, he pulls away the main army, losing up to 4, losing up to 5 probes. Up. Barely gets 5 towards the end. Nice damage here by Sebesdes. Shameless getting caught out. Wasn't attentive. And Sebesdes takes a lead. Oh. Wait, what? Am I crazy? Did Sebesdes have a base on the way? Did he... Yes, Sebesdes, he cancels going for a gateway and a robo, forcing himself into a 1-base all-in. Getting another battery. Potentially misreading this? I mean, yes, there is a robo on 1 expansion, but Shameless still took a base. Still took a natural. Sebesdes getting more damage, dips in, gets 2 more probes, not bad. And this is getting messy. Yeah, it's getting very messy here. Sebesdes is now expanding. He is ahead, but he's about to lose that economic lead. So far, very nice catch. Nice force field catching out 2 more stalkers. 3 stalkers go down. Shameless sees in danger, he's in trouble. Oracles, they commit. They down on top of the sentries. Getting 1, getting 2, getting to 3, 4 sentries. Oh my god. Yeah, all 4 sentries go down, and Sebesdes, he's going for the kill. Going for the kill, going for the throat. Oh, but he's lacking extra stalkers. Never mind. Yeah, lacking those stalkers. Bleeds out Oracles. Immortal does get hunted down. Sebesdes is so close to breaking Shameless. So close. Not quite able to. And again, my concern here is the economy. Sebesdes is now down in workers. Down in economy. Does at least have Blink. Nice pickups. And the game is slowing down. We're calming things down here again. Blink is still in favor of Shameless. We have a very delayed Twilight Council for... Sorry, very late Twilight Council for Shameless. Blink is in favor of Sebesdes. As Blink is halfway done, being chronoed as we speak. Sebesdes can still pull this off. At the same time, the 2 adepts, they make their way into the main. Be dropped off. So far, no major damage there, only just 1 probe. 1 probe goes down, and we'll see if Sebesdes expands. So far, Shameless is staying on 2 bases, getting extra gateways, intentionally so, of course. Building up on his 2 bases. Sebesdes will take his 3rd. And Sebesdes doesn't have to push in. 2 more gates on the way, 2 base all in. Yeah, Shameless is just going for the 2 base all in, choosing not to expand. He's going to double down. Shameless is committing. Ooh, meanwhile, Sebesdes could blink into the main. There is an opening. I guess eyes on the main army. Commits to the shade, blinks into the main. Going further in. Won't find any damage though. Never mind. Yeah, pokes in, pulls away. Sebesdes, he didn't see the high amount of gateways, but he confirms there's no base, right? He's aware there's no expansion. There's no nexus. Set up, say, shade into the mineral line. Catching up 5 more probes, 6 more probes even. Oh, 7. And here comes Shameless. It's all or nothing. Alright, what do we have? 3 immortals, 17 stalkers. He has the war prism as well, so he can juggle his units. He has that extra micro potential. Sebesdes needs a little bit more time for charge. We saw Sebesdes pop off in game 1 with that earlier charge timing, but now we have slow lots. Yeah, Sebesdes does collapse in. Trying to go for the immortal, but the Shameless, he just has too much. Yeah, far too much here. Breaks roll the Zealous. Charge now finishes up, but it's too late. Yeah, too late for charge. Shameless chasing him down, breaking the expansion. GG gets called, and Shameless, who will extend his lead at 2-1. GG. Whew, GG, well played. Again, Sebesdes, he had some nice moments here, containing his opponent, getting some early economic damage, but it was a really messy early game, if you remember. I could be crazy, but I feel like Sebesdes was getting a natural, then he cancelled. He stayed on 1 base instead, got extra tech, and yeah, did fall behind. And in the end, he was outscaled. He was trying to work towards charge, trying to work towards the mid game, but didn't quite get there. GG. GG, well played. With that, Shameless does take a lead, and we'll see if Shameless can close it out here and now. Oh boy. And in the end, as spawning in the top left-hand corner of Title Citadel, we have the Blue Protoss player. We have the Blue Protoss himself, representing Team Little Fairy, leading the series 2-1. It is Shameless. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the yellow Protoss player, representing Team Roddy from the land of Czechia. It is Sebesdes. We go. Again, it's been a very chaotic, been a very aggressive series so far. Players are building up. So I'm just checking. No, yeah, Sebesdes, he did expand, okay. I was just checking the replay because I'm like, I swear I saw Sebesdes get a natural, and he did. He did take his natural, then he did cancel, and then stayed on 1 base. Crazy, that'd be crazy. So just a really rocky start there for our yellow Protoss. Hello. As Sebesdes, he does veer off towards the right-hand side, going for the proxy pylon. He's going for the proxy this time. For the first time in tonight's broadcast. True. Even against Hydra, Sebesdes, he was not cheesing. He was not proxying. Now, based on this location, this could still be a Stargate. We could see a Stargate Oracle into the main. Otherwise, Robo would be also on the cards here. Take him into an all-in. Yo, meanwhile, big shout to Sian in the chat. Gah, baby, gah. Thank you so much. Oh, there we go. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great cast. Hope you had a great time. Fala galera. Fala galera. Obrigado. Especial. Bienvenidos, bienvenidos. Alright, there it is. Proxy Robot. Proxy Robot, one base all in by Sebesdes. Meanwhile, Shameless going for a Stargate opener himself. It's going to be a messy defense. With this, he can go for an earlier Phoenix, I suppose. Can make defensive Void Rays. Not ideal, but they can help. But first, he has to realize what's going on. You can see here that Shameless, he's aware that there's a pylon that's missing. Scouting bottom left. Checking the gold location. But he will not find the proxy. He is searching, though. I'd have to say shade past each other. Sebesdes does have a full wall. Ooh, Sebesdes gets in. Uh-oh. That should not have happened. Yeah, shades into main base. Probes are going to be going down. Losing 1, 2, 3 probes. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, rough stop for Shameless. Losing another worker. Yeah, four probes go down. Immortal gets scouted. Shameless down nose. He's throwing down shield batteries. Shameless reacting hard. And he eventually finds a proxy. So now he's aware. Back at home, he does at least force Sebesdes to keep 2 stalkers in the main. So that is kind of trap supply. No. Sebesdes does run away. Same time he has high conversion and go for the pylon. And Shameless is buying time for his own immortal. He's trying to buy time. Shields are triggered. So trying to push up. There's still 2 shield warriors behind us, though. Yeah, Shameless is pulling off his defense, holding onto the ramp, and Sebesdes is transitioning into Blink. Okay. I mean, again, both players are still in one base. Sebesdes just has to preserve all these stalkers. So far, he's only lost the adepts. Hasn't lost any stalkers yet. Still unsteady. Does get the gateway. Gateway goes down. Shameless down to 2. That's the pylon is going to go down to the Oracle. And I'm curious to see if Sebesdes expands. He can't. Never mind. I was like, does he expand? He's fully walled in. He's fully walled in back at home. Prism is back home. I believe this is to lift up the probe to expand. As Shameless is breaking out. Yeah, probe is in position. And now the pressure is going to be on Shameless. Suddenly, Shameless is the one that's one base all in. Sebesdes backs up. Blink is now done. Revelation doesn't quite confirm, and Shameless also expands. Okay, we're just slowing down. We're just gonna macro out of this. Shameless not too far behind when it comes to his own base. Ideally, Sebesdes would have delayed and would have contained Shameless longer, but he fails to do so. Fails to do so. Sebesdes does have the more mobile composition. He can try to dive into the main. He does go for it. Does go for the gateway. Nice force field. Force field ramp. Locks down one of the immortals. Oh, nice save. Shameless does pull away. Does save the immortals. Sebesdes pulls back. Shameless, he soon have 5 immortals. Oh my god. The immortal count's too high, Pat. It's too high. Yeah, Sebesdes is still trying to break him. Jumping into the main, trying to force a distraction. Sebesdes breaks in. Gets a stalker. But last delayed mining. Yeah, delayed mining here at the natural. Sebesdes does fall behind economically. Shameless already fully saturated at his own base. Sebesdes still getting there. Ooh, and we're getting a little bit desperate here. Dark Shrine. DTs are on the way. Now, the problem here is that Shameless already does have a robo. He has a robo, he has access to detection. There's no observer yet for Shameless. Oh, no, never mind. There's one. Observer. Despite that, you can still find some damage. There's still potential for Sebesdes. As he's still locked into his main. Sebesdes doing what he can. Piece of a probe. The immortals are somewhat exposed, and he does get one. Barely. Barely takes out one. Oh god. It takes out one immortal, but he will lose 5 stalkers and the war prism as well. Yeah, GG gets called. Sebesdes, he does get outscaled, and Shameless will take the series 3-1, advancing on to the next round. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Shameless will claim the series against Sebesdes. Initially, he did have some momentum, was able to contain, but as we mentioned before, the goal there would have been for Sebesdes to expand and keep Shameless on one base for as long as possible. Unfortunately, Shameless broke out. He broke out pretty quickly, so Sebesdes didn't actually have the base advantage, didn't have the economic lead that he wanted, and we saw that Shameless was just able to outscale, having the greater army and a comparable economy. GG. GG, well played. With that, Shameless, he will claim the series, and now we can take a break from the non-stop PvPs. We can take a break, as we do have a very chaotic series up next. Not the first time they've played, and the last time they faced off was in a Tuna Cup like 2 months ago, and it was amazing. I feel like these two, they have a lot to live up to. It's going to be Hot Mono versus Hacker Top. Hacker Top, of course, is a random player. Hot Mono is also random in his own way. He's an animal, and it was a treat. It was a treat last time. It was beautiful. They went all the way to the ace match last time, and it was pure chaos, pure nonsense. Let's go. For now, though, we're going to be cutting to a break. We're halfway through the broadcast. We just wrapped up with 3 series, and we have 3 more ahead of us. After the break, we have Hot Mono versus Hacker Top. Look forward to it. Do look forward to it. We'll see you soon after the break. See you soon. Bye. See you soon.